the University of Florida, and I meet lawyers, you know, young students who are training to be lawyers, and they want to fight against animal rights. You know, that animals have as much right to live as human beings. So, you know, like 100 years ago, 200 years ago, a lot of people did not believe that women had souls. You know that? Yeah, you didn't know that? That's a fact. They didn't believe that black people had souls. So they were so ignorant. So now we have to understand that every living being has a soul. That's advanced knowledge. And if I step on an ant, I get some bad karma because I'm killing an ant. So, you know, we have to be very careful how we live. And if we're very conscious that we're just very insignificant little nobodies, and that we respect everybody, and that everybody is a part and parcel of God, and that we are designed to love God, and that this whole festival is all about that. These forms of the Lord, this is Lord Jagannath, Lady Subhadra, and Baladev. So when Krishna came to this planet, he spoke the Bhagavad Gita. Why is the Bhagavad Gita still studied in every university in the world? Because Krishna was a special person. Why is practically every Indian person, you can ask any Indian, they have a name for somebody related to Krishna, even now, 5,000 years later. It's a fact. They're a name for the sun god, or a name for Draupadi, or, you know, someone who gives light. It all comes back to Sanskrit, the original language. They worship Krishna in so many temples. Thousands, millions of people. There's one temple in South India, Tirupati. Every year, millions of people are going there. So why are they going if Krishna didn't exist? He was a great personality. So this festival today is a festival about how when Krishna was on this planet, he created a city called Dwaraka. Dwaraka is off the coast of Gujarat. Gujarat is one state in India. Any Gujaratis here? Anyway, a lot of the Indians in the West are Gujaratis. In America, they own all the gas stations, all the petrol stations, and all the motels, Patel motels. So anyway, off the coast of Gujarat, Krishna created this city called Dwaraka. And so there was a solar eclipse. So they were going to go to Kurukshetra, where the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. And they were going to bathe in a lake there, which was created by Lord Parashuram. Parashuram is an incarnation of God. And he bathed in this lake for purification because he killed so many Kshatriyas, so many warriors who were not following the codes of God. So anyway, they went to Kurukshetra, and the inhabitants from Vrindavan, where Krishna spent his childhood, they came there. Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, some of Krishna's childhood friends, both female and male, they went to Kurukshetra. And then they were trying to bring Krishna back from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. So that's what the festival is all about. We're bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is where Krishna lives. Krishna lives in the spiritual world, and we can go to the spiritual world. We don't have to come back to the material world. This material world is not our real home. This material world is a place of birth and death. So we have the opportunity to free ourselves from birth and death. Who wants to grow old? Nobody wants to grow old. When you grow old, I remember, you don't mind growing old? My mother, when she was old, she was in a, it was sad, but she said, I never thought this would happen to me. You can't clean yourself properly. You have, it's horrible. So we don't want that. But this is a material body, so we can go back to Krishna and live there forever without any problems. You don't have to work in a job. You don't have to worry about money. You can just be happy. So that's what this festival is all about, bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan. This Bhagavad Gita, this is still studied in every university. Have any of you heard of Robert Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer, he exploded the first atomic bomb in the Mexican desert. Bad thing to do, but he did it. He was smart in a way. He quoted a verse from the Bhagavad Gita. The verse was, "Time I am, destroyer of the worlds." So this book is a very famous book. Even great scientists, great philosophers, great religionists have studied the book. There was one Catholic. Any Catholics here? Anyway, so Catholicism, what's it called? The Catholic Church is a bona fide religion. So there's one great Catholic monk. He was American, and he really respected the Bhagavad Gita. He said the Bhagavad Gita has a lot to teach modern man, because modern man with its materialistic society is headed for some kind of destruction. But if people study the Bhagavad Gita and understand their spiritual identity, then they'll be satisfied. There'll be no more war. So we feed people vegetarian food. We don't feed people meat, because if we feed people meat, we will get bad karma. You all know what karma is, right? We don't want any bad karma. But by offering this food to Krishna, feeding people, everybody benefits and the animals are happy. So please take this seriously. Try to get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita and try to chant Hare Krishna every day of your life. It's free and it makes you happy and it makes everybody happy. So please repeat after me one time, as loud as you can. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I can't hear you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions? You all agree? Silence means you agree. You all agree. That's good. All right. Well, thank you very much. I think now we're having one final chanting.